Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the evolution of Grand Theft Auto Online, how it's changed from 2013 all the way to 2016. So this is actually on my good friend and reputable member of the GTA community, Yan's website, and also my good friend Austin, the Saints fan. He did this the other day. I tried to do it on the same day that Yan released this article, but I've been so wrapped up in, having fun with the X80 Proto and doing the CEO money-making stuff that I've just been getting to it right now. So as the title of this article says, and it's really well done, you should check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. It's basically how Grand Theft Auto Online has changed over the year. Now, this is going to be really cool. And what I want to do is hear from you guys in the comment section down below. What was your first DLC? When did you first get on Grand Theft Auto Online? And what update was your first? So let's not waste any more time and let's jump into this. So let's start with the first update to come into Grand Theft Auto Online. That was the Beachbum update. It came in November 19th, 2013, about a month and a half after the release of Grand Theft Auto Online. It, of course, had the BF Bifta, the Kalahari, Paradise, and Speeder, which at the time I thought were kind of lame vehicles, but now that I go back and look at them, they are kind of fun for like the first vehicles, and also two new weapons, the Broken Bottle and the S&S pistol. So for the most part, this is an extremely simple update. Not a whole lot was added, but it was just there to get us started in Grand Theft Auto Online, kind of get us kickstarted, so that was kind of cool. Up next, we have the content creator update. Now, at the time, I did not think this would be as significant as it was, but the content creator being added in online is extremely huge. It allows us to, what we have is all the custom races and death matches today, so that being added into the game was so cool. I'm really glad that Rockstar decided to do that. It has really changed Grand Theft Auto Online for the better. And right after that, just 8 days later, you've got Capture. Capture was added into the game on December 18th, 2013, which was a new game mode. No other content was added with this DLC. And even that was kind of significant because the Capture update, it's added so many different custom jobs, really cool things you can do with friends. So overall, I really like that a lot. Flash forwarding just again a few days later to December 24, 2013, the holiday gifts, the very first Christmas DLC. So this was a temporary update that added some Christmas themed clothing. We obviously got snow in Grand Theft Auto Online for one day on Christmas. However, those items were removed just a few short days later on January 5th, 2015. But hey, it was the first snowfall in Los Santos, so I thought that was extremely cool. I remember just seeing snow in online. It was pretty awesome. Up next, we've got the Valentine's Day Massacre Special, which came out on February 13th, 2014. So this was our second or kind of first-ish time-limited update. Players were able to keep what they bought, but the items were no longer available in store. Basically, it was a bunch of Valentine's Day clothing for both the male and the females, as well as one new vehicle, the Roosevelt, and one new weapon, the Gusenberg Sweeper, which is basically a Tommy gun. It was a pretty cool update. It provided some pretty epic outfits as well. So I enjoyed the Valentine's Day Massacre, even though it didn't have a ton of new content into the game. So that was still pretty cool. Up next, we've got what, in my opinion, is our first really big update, and that is the business update. So the business update came out on March 4th, 2014. The 4 vehicles added were the Alpha, the Jester, the Turismo R, and the Vestra Plane. So this is where we got one of the best sports cars at the time and one of the best supercars at the time too. The Turismo R really was able to compete at that time with some of the previous supercars. The Jester was so fast. Vestra, a really cool jet. The Alpha was even cool as well. And we got some awesome weapons too, the heavy pistol and the special carbine. So that is pretty awesome. That was a great DLC. I remember when that came out, I was really hyped for all the cars because that was the first time we had gotten a pretty nice new addition of super and sports cars into the game. And that was followed up by the Capture Creator update, which came out on April 8th, 2014. And this basically just added the Capture Creator into the Content Creator. So that's pretty cool. And now we have custom captures because of that. So that's something I think is really neat. After that, we got the High Life update, which came out on May 13th, 2014. I consider this big DLC number 2. It added 4 epic new vehicles, the Huntley S, which for the longest time was the fastest SUV. We've got the Massacre, the Zentorno, and the Thrust motorcycle. So to this day, the Zentorno is one of the most widely used cars ever. The Massacre, I still believe, is like the fastest sports car in the game, and it's been well over 2 years old. So just keep in mind that. That's pretty insane. And one new weapon as well, the bullpup rifle, which I still see some people using today. It's a pretty good weapon. It competes in the rifle category. So that was the High Life update. Up next, we have the I'm Not a Hipster update, which came out on June 17, 2014. This is a surprise update. Rockstar actually didn't even mention this on their newswire or anywhere. They didn't even tease it. And it had so many new vehicles. It had the Pagale, the Blade, the Rhapsody, the Warner, Glendale, Panto, Dubsta 6x6. In my opinion, a lot of underrated vehicles. The Panto, Dubsta 6x6, underrated. Blade, Rhapsody, Warner, Glendale, all of those are underrated, and you rarely see them today, which is kind of a shame because they are really cool vehicles. Now, it also came with 2 vintage weapons. You've got the vintage pistol and the antique cavalry dagger as well. So although I can't say I love the weapons, they are pretty unique. But the fact that there were 7 vehicles was pretty amazing for this update. Followed up by the Independence Day Special, another time-limited update that came out on July 1st, 2014. 2 new vehicles were added, the Liberator and the Sovereign, that being the American flag-themed chopper and monster truck, which was pretty epic. 2 new weapons as well, the musket and the firework launcher. So kind of a fun, silly theme, but still pretty cool for an Independence 4th of July style theme. I really did enjoy that one as well. Up next, we've got the San Andreas Flight School update. This one was a big update. It came with like its own trailer and whatnot. It added the flight school into online, which again, I think is another underrated feature. I don't know if Rockstar, executed it perfectly, but it's still kind of underrated. 4 new vehicles as well. The Cockett Classic, the Swift, the Bezra, and the Miljet. So this is definitely an update that was all about the skies, as we got the majority of planes in this update as far as vehicles go, and the flight school. So that was pretty cool. Up next, we've got the Last Team Standing update. This one is pretty unique. So the Last Team Standing update added Last Team Standing into the game, which has given us a bunch of game modes like Snipers versus Stunters, whole lot of others. We got 3 new vehicles, the Ferrari GT, the Hikachu, the Innovation. So some okay vehicles in my opinion, not the greatest. And 2 new weapons as well, the Marksman Rifle and the Heavy Shotgun. I think the weapons were a lot better in this one, but obviously the focus was mainly on the Last Team Standing game mode. After that, we had our first true Christmas update, which came on December 18th, 2014, the Festive Surprise Dlc. 4 new vehicles, the Rat Truck Slam Van, Massacre race car, and Jester race car. That was pretty cool because we got 2 new vehicles, Rat Truck Slam Van, and also race car versions, which kind of introduced liveries for the first time. We got 2 new weapons, the Proximity Mines and the Homing Launcher. 2 of the most controversial, weapons were added in this update. So that's pretty crazy. Now on to the big one, the Heist update. That's right, this was added on March 10th, 2015, and this update added the long-awaited Heist as well as now famous adversary modes, and it also included 15 new vehicles. It was a pretty insane update. So it had the Gang Burrito, the Kuruma and its armored version, the Guardian, the Casco, the Insurgent Pickup, and the regular Insurgent, the Karen Technical, the Mule Armored, Enduro, Electro, Valkyrie, Savage, the Vellum 5-seater, and the Hydra. And it also included the Flare Gun. To this date, this is widely known as one of the most feature-rich DLCs in online, and it added the long-awaited Heist, which of course came out in almost a year and a half after the game was launched. So that is pretty crazy right there. Now, after that DLC, we jump to June 10th, 2015, where we get Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1. That's right. This is one of the first of the, feel rich or, expensive updates, I guess you could say. So this added 6 new vehicles, the Osiris, which became the fastest supercar in the game, the Windsor, the Virgo, Sterling GT, and the famous Gold Lux and Gold Swiftor, which in my opinion are the most overrated, overpriced vehicles ever in Grand Theft Auto Online, and just 1 new weapon, the Combat PDW. Now, again, everything left off this list is like clothing, accessories, but these are the main ones, the vehicles and the weapon. This DLC also did add a ton of new clothing and accessories as well. Right after that, should be no surprise, we got Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2, which came out on July 8th, 2015. Now, this was significant because this was the last time that players on the PS3 and Xbox 360 received an update. So we're approaching nearly a year since last gen has received a DLC. So they were adding 6 new vehicles: T20 Chino, Koget Blackfin, Brawler, Vindicator, and Toro, as well as 2 new weapons, the Marksman pistols and the Knuckle Dusters. So this added the T20, which again became the fastest supercar for a while in Grand Theft Auto Online, which was pretty neat. Again, a bunch of new clothing, so many different things that were added in this DLC. It was insane, and it was extremely expensive. Up next, this was kind of a simple one. It was the free mode events update. Basically, all it did was add free modes into Grand Theft Auto Online, as well as the Rockstar editor on PS4 and Xbox One. We won't spend too much time on this one. Followed up by Lowriders. That's right, on October 20th, 2015, this update added the famous Benny's Original Motorworks, 2 vehicles, the Faction and the Moonbeam, as well as the custom versions of existing cars like the Buccaneer and so on and so forth. We also got 2 new weapons, the Machine Pistol and the Machete. This one was a big update in the game. It added the long-awaited Lowriders, something so many people have been waiting for, and a new customization shop as well in Benny's, which was totally unexpected. So that was a really, really crazy update when we got that into the game. Followed up by the Halloween Surprise, I think our first official Halloween DLC on October 29, 2015. So it was a time-limited update that added new masks, the new slasher adversary mode, as well as 2 pretty great vehicles, the Frankenstein and the Lurcher, and a new weapon as well, or semi-weapon, the Flashlight. This is a really great update. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I love the theme. I think that Halloween was great served for Grand Theft Auto Online, and it was just an overall really fun but simple update. So this was followed up by Executives and Other Criminals, which came out on December 15th, 2015. This update was huge, to say the least. It added yachts, the VIP feature, new free mode events, challenges, stilt homes, new apartments. It was pretty insane. On top of that, 11 new vehicles: the turreted limo, the Shafter LWB, Shafter V12, Nightshade Mamba, Verlier, Cognoscetti 55, Baller LE, Baller LWB, Super Velito. Just so much happened in this DLC, as well as new clothing, so many new features, 2 new weapons, the heavy revolver and the switchblade. So it was an amazing DLC. Some people say that Executives and Other Criminals is the best update to ever be added into Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, just after that, we got the Festive Surprise 2015. It was a time-limited update. Snow was in Grand Theft Auto Online for a few days. We also got 1 new vehicle, which was the Tampa. So it was a pretty overall nice update. I really enjoy the Christmas ones. This one was no exception either. After that, we got the January 2016 update, which added the Drop Zone adversary mode, and we could also customize the Sultan and the Banshee at Benny's Original Motorworks. So that was pretty cool. It was the first time that a sports car could be taken into Benny's, which was very, very unique at the time. And that also included content for the Be My Valentine update, which came out on February 10th, 2016. Pretty simple update, adding some clothing, and also the Roosevelt Valor, as well as a few masks. So it wasn't a big update, but it was still pretty nice. After that, it was Lowriders Customs Classics, or Lowriders Part 2, on March 15th, 2016. It added a new adversary mode Sumo, 2 new vehicles, the Virgo Classic Faction Donk, as well as the custom version of existing vehicles, which are obviously pretty great and pretty interesting. And we've got the 2 new weapons that were added, Compact Rifle and Double Barrel Shotgun. This is a very controversial update. A lot of people were kind of sick of the Lowriders theme and didn't want more Lowriders into the game, especially because this one added 6 in total. So this one took a lot of heat and a lot of backfire. And then we've got our last update, which is Further Adventures in Finance and Felony. June 7th, 2016, added the CEO feature, offices, warehouse, 10 new vehicles, the Benefactor XLS, FMJ, Reaper, Windsor, Drop. You've got the Bestia, GTS, Rumpo, Brickade, Nimbus, Volatus, Tug, as well as the 3 unreleased vehicles, X80 Proto, 811, and 770. It was an amazing update. It just happened in online, and to this date, it is the most recent update. So all in all, that's 25 free content updates, over 90 vehicles, 23 new weapons, countless new game modes and features, clothing, masks, and so much more. And that's it for Grand Theft Auto Online, and that's the history from 2013 all the way to 2016. Once again, let me know in the comment section down below, 1, what was your most favorite, and when did you join Grand Theft Auto Online, and what was your first DLC? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.